Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all the ages, hello again. It's been a hot minute since we've seen each other. If you caught the end of the last stream, like 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago, I lied to you. I will not be on comms today. We have the dynamic duo of Mirai and Sonny Wrath, aka Sonny. They're going to take it away. Sit back and enjoy Ellendar versus methinkso, a round 3 Swiss matchup in the Z2R Randomizer tournament. Take it away, gentlemen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this one-on-one match between Ellendar and methinkso. Sonny in the booth with me. How we doing?
Doing pretty good. I mean, this is a race I've been waiting for. methinkso, good friend of mine from Upstarts, Ellendar. We all know him. We all love him. And this is going to be a really good race. I can't say any more than that.
Yeah, this will be, right here on the file select screen, we have Pink Yoshi versus Pink Black Mage. Pink Mage, Pink Mage, Pink Black Mage, whatever, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's the battle of the pink here.
It really is. And with both of them being 1-1, one will come out of here as 1-2, the other being 2-1. So we could see some interesting matchups that happen next week. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see how the seed goes.
Absolutely. They'll be off here right now, in fact. Here we go. Ellendar slightly behind, I think. Ellendar giving methinkso a little bit of a lead here.
All right, so right out the gate, we see a 2 followed by Pillar Peabag Cave, and it looks like there's a decent bit of stuff.
Yeah, I'm refreshing in just a moment here. If there we go. Now they're synced up. Yeah, Pillar Peabag Cave, looking like we've got a annoying Geldarm right there, Beanstalk, taking the life of Ellendar. We'll see if methinkso can make it through there unscathed.
I do like how methinkso's taking care of this orange Dyra here.
Yeah, you can get yourself hit, though. You can hit him, and he can hit you, so be careful if you're doing it that way.
But 50 points coming from the orange Dyra. Not too bad to see.
I think that's less than vanilla. I think there's 70 in vanilla.
Yeah, there's 70 in vanilla, which, I mean, they did roll down a little bit, but Instant Life 2, not going to be too upset to see that, as we actually get a bit of a look as to what the West really is here.
I'm going to say vanilla-like. That's my bid. My bid is on vanilla-like.
That's what it seems like so far.
Better than Mountainous, better than Bootsless Islands, better than a Dry Canyon, I'll say from a audience perspective.
I will agree with all of that. We have seen a lot of Dry Canyons so far this tournament. We've also seen a lot of islands, though. It's been pretty monotonous in terms of those.
Well, I mean, at some point, we have the randomized overworlds, but in reality, once you play the game enough, you see them all so often. I think there's a bit of bias, especially if you play some seeds and you get 3 mountainous biomes in a row on one of your continents. You're like, oh, it's all just damn mountainous. I think what Gob was yelling about that earlier today, Grandpa Gob over here. Get off my mountainous lawn.
Right.
He can't talk. He's on track duty, so I can. Haha.
Ooh, looks like the trophy's going to be required this time around with Reflect being in Rudo.
Yeah, we got a red Dyra over here that was beating up methinkso. He's got an orange one to the right, left one, orange one to the right, red one to the left. Here he is, stuck in the middle with you.
I was hoping you were going to quote the song. I believe that was Horsehead Nays with the trophy, so trophy going to be over in P1 for Reflect.
Yeah, also East Candle there, the hint. I think Ellendar is rolling with the community text. I thought I saw something earlier when I glanced over, but it didn't seem like I know nothing, so I wasn't sure if I missed a hint or not, but I did not because that second NPC had the east candle hint.
Yeah, I didn't see any other text.
All right, back of jump. I think we saw a cave right by start that was boulder block. This is going to be Parappa then? Or is this, yeah, Parappa.
Yeah, that's definitely Parappa.
Oh, it looks like we... Oh, well, okay. Two things. First of all, Bagoo, hello. Assuming we survive to get there. Second of all, I think we're kind of closed in here, so I think we got to go west from start across that bridge.
I think you're right, and 200-point red Dyra is pretty nice to see.
Yeah, that makes up for the 50 oranges, especially because if Ellendar wants to, he can just walk into here, reset those encounters, and go back out and kill some reds if he feels the need to, although he's not going to. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. We also have reverse jump. Right. Okay.
Yeah, with reverse jump, that does leave a little bit extra open.
See, 212, and he's... Did they up an 8 after they took the death in Pillar P-Bag Cave? This might be a sketchy play. Down a life, 212, and in the dark with potentially bad stuff.
Yeah, it's looking interesting, but does pull the 500-point P-Bag. Gonna go for life 3. And I'm wondering if... Nope, Ellendar is going to take life 4 as well. Not going to let it ride over to attack 3.
Yeah, so methinkso confirming Parappa Cave there from his side, but then walking just into the very southern portion of the forest there, not seeing the Bagoo encounters, doesn't have Bagoo, the notes, so if Saria is required, he is going to be potentially a little behind here.
I mean, the only way that he could be saved on this is if Saria is fairy, or if fairy is found and doesn't require an item, as I'm saying it.
Well, maybe it's West medicine, and maybe it's not Saria required. Who knows?
I mean, here's the question now. Oh, Rebo rides with the boots. Where is that medicine going to be located? Because fairy tends to be pretty important.
Yeah, there might be some neighboring caves, a grass tile or something that maybe we should have poked our head in first. If she says west, it's always a little annoying. Okay.
I missed where it was.
East medicine, east candle, Rebo boots. These are, and where's that? Where's the trophy as well? P1 trophy. Those are our hints now.
Yep. P1 trophy right now. And looking like there's still a bit left to explore over here, and there's Saria. As well as 4, and Saria is accessible on both sides.
Okay, that's good. Ooh, methinkso gonna check around here. I'd probably hit up the life lady. She's very close to start. Or you could just up an Ada Palace. But he's like 37 away from a level. Okay. He might have been on his last life or something as well, so that's also a thing.
Yeah, methinkso was on his last life, so if he had been unlucky there, it could have gone very poorly.
So we have 3 or 6, and I don't remember. Was that 4? I think it was 4 as well, right next to where Saria is at.
Yeah, 3, 6, or 3 and 6, as well as a 4, and fire pickup for Ellendar here from Saria, as I missed what the spell was here in Rauru.
It's gonna be thunder.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, I mean, Ellendar is headed maybe a slightly different way here. Fairy Cave victim incoming.
You can't really complain about a free thunder, that's for sure.
No, not at all. But it's not castable at Magic 2. Not really a surprise. Man, got some another boulder blocked cave. Maybe a raft tile? Raft tile, okay. Oh! Grass tile, money. Well, not money, but like, oh, they're both finding it, okay.
I mean, that might as well be money.
Yeah, I mean, it's a key made of gold. Just melt it down.
Exactly. Oh, Magic Container Cave here for methinkso, and Ellendar about to grab Thunder.
Yeah, methinkso getting kind of beat up here. I don't know what is catching him there. Is that a... It's hard to see on his capture, plus just streaming, it's hard to catch what's happening in dark caves at times. So I'm guessing that that's a... Oh, it's a bouncy cat and maybe a Mew. No, it's just a bouncy cat that was tormenting us. That's typical.
Did the points start ticking up? That's the question here. And they did not.
Yeah, probably not, yeah. That's fine, though. We've got these palaces nearby to just up an A, try again.
Absolutely. And at the same time, if methinkso happens to find another 500-point bag, that's going to be really nice going forward.
Yeah, so this is the 323 on methinkso's side, 214 on Ellendar's side. And so he might be able to just body a little bit more damage, survive for a little bit longer.
Magic Jar, nice find for methinkso. Ellendar about to pick it up, getting a 200 bag as well. Always nice to see.
I think we have got 2 bouncy cats in this cave. Exciting.
Oh boy, the favorite enemy.
It's interesting he knocked the Geldarm down, but didn't go get the container and just kind of stayed there and took the hit. Now he's got to walk the whole cave again, which is just annoying. I don't know, maybe he thought there was a one on the right side of him as well as the left side.
I could absolutely see that. I mean, bouncy cats in the dark, never fun to deal with, but at the same time, sometimes you have to.
Well, we got a fire check. It's not spell and it's not thunder. And I don't think it's life.
Yeah, not entirely certain what it is.
Ellendar admiring the lake view there, the waterfront view.
As methinkso heads into Saria, soon to pick up the fire spell that we don't know what it's connected to just yet.
Yeah.
It could be Reflect.
Yeah, I mean, Reflect, yeah, not jump either, of course, because Ellendar was not jumping high. So Reflect or maybe Shield, kind of hard to tell a Shield tunic color change in the dark.
So the bot gave a glove hint, and that glove is in Death Mountain.
Well, GG methinkso. We can just call the race right now because Ellendar is not going to get a glove. It's only less sub 12. Sub 12 is going to be the fastest seed of the week. Ellendar getting good luck on these jars. Unfortunately, doesn't want the jars. Start his own pottery barn nearby, right next to Saria. I think we're just getting some levels. I wanted to know what the runners were going to do, whether they're going to try to do this 3-6 or whether they're going to go hit this raft and show us where we go with this raft here. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we will look around in DM for a glove after all, because here we are. Unless it's under the rock. In that case, oh, we are out. We are OUT.
All right. I thought Ellendar might actually stick around to check a little bit more, but no, instead, going to jump back over here to this 2 with the key in hand, and I have a feeling go ahead and get it done.
Yeah, I didn't realize, I forgot we had this 2 over here, so yeah, it's 2, 3, 6, and then that 4. So we'll see if methinkso sticks around in here. He's gonna check out Hammer Cave, maybe.
I mean, with that hint of glove being here in DM, I expect methinkso to stick around for a bit.
Yeah, I'm also wondering if the 3-6 we have is actually 3 with the boots in it, and then that'll open up the rest of the west, it looks like, because they went south from where Sari is at, and it's just, again, a bit of water, a big giant lake that you can't move any further south on. So we have a boulder-blocked cave up at the top by the raft tile, and what are we missing? We're missing Trophy Cave, we're missing Heart Container Cave, we're missing Medicine Cave, I think. We saw Magic Container, Pillar P Bag, I think that's it. And grass. Grass is easy, yeah.
I was about to say the easy one being grass. And is this the item room with a horse head?
Yep.
You know, it's been a while since I've seen this item room when I'm questioning it for a moment.
1-ups in the drop pool as well. I mean, they are in the drop pool, but they're also from bosses.
Boss drop 1-ups makes things super easy, as it looks like methinkso has found Hammer Cave.
Yeah.
Time to find out if the glove's in here or not.
Yeah, this is good information as well, because now you would know you're looking for that hammer, if it's not here. And that would be really good information to have if the hammer ends up being buried somewhere that Ellendar is willing to just kind of skip out on. I mean, if it was just sitting here in 2 and he got the hammer, then he might be in a better position for DM if he goes back there. But it wasn't the hammer, and so, still a big question mark on where that thing's going to be. Or maybe it'll be Hammer Cave Hammer, and then we'll definitely know where the glove is at and how to get it.
I mean, either way, with Hammer Cave being found, we'll know which one this is and which one Spec Rock is. So it's just a matter of methinkso getting through it, which he's almost there.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah, gonna let it ride to that attack 4, thinking, should I have done that? Maybe, maybe not. Now he's gonna have to walk it out, because if you're gonna let it ride, now you gotta go get that attack 4. It's not that bad, though. He should be able to go back to the room just before this, and if you go to the left side, there's gonna be a whole bunch of enemies over there. He just needs, like, what, 80, 84?
Yeah, and now much less, but he also may end up just getting it going through the caves, trying to see where the connector is that leads out of here.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like it might not even be here, because if its boots require to go anywhere further on the west, our cave could be a connector somewhere on the west as well. Or there could be a bridge just like southwest corner or something that's only accessible by the boots off of the west continent. So I don't know. I think it's worth looking around for potential rock in the future, but get that level and probably get out of here.
I'd agree with you on that, as he is dangerously close to taking a death, does take it, and this is the last life, needs to finish out this level here. And will do so with that P-Bag.
Yeah, that was very nice. I still don't know if Ellendar has confirmed this fire reflect or not. There were Magos up there. You could confirm it on their fire. Maybe he's already confirmed it, though.
He may have, and we missed it, but I think we'll find out soon enough. Oh.
Yeah, just about to say, I think we might have looped around.
Methinkso getting bailed out by a drop does get a leak doll from the pool. So, last life for real this time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to commit at this point, I guess it's worth trying to look around for that potential connector, but I don't know. Man, I think we're getting trolled by a bouncy cat again. Worst enemy in Hyrule. Stray cats.
No kidding there. Looks like the connector off here might be boots locked.
Well, we're back to the west. Maybe he'll join Ellendar in P2 here. Yeah, I guess there's nothing to the west. I mean, I thought there was a bridge, but they must have just confirmed that that bridge goes to nothing west of North Palace there.
I think they did, but I'm not certain.
Yeah, it'd be funny if it actually goes further over there and neither one of them have checked and we just are just basing it off of their collective decision to not go in that direction. We're just assuming that it must be blocked or something like that or useless. But we really don't know yet.
All right, methinkso taking a look off to the right, decides to turn around and head down the elevator here.
As we find Helmet Head on Ellendar's side.
Very, very nice helmet head fight there from Ellendar as methinkso does enter the item room. Going to fight that horse head, find out that the boss drop will be extra lives. And Ellendar placing the first gem at 1922.
Yeah, I don't know if Ellendar... I wonder... I think we're just clearing palaces to clear palaces at this point in time. Plus glove. You know, he doesn't know where the glove is at. And so you're just kind of looking around in palaces. And if the glove... if the hammer's free, again, I think they're both going to be on par with finding that glove out of DM. But then again, if that glove is... I mean, if the rock is buried... then maybe Ellendar won't find it, whereas methinkso definitely knows he needs to find it. Yeah, here we go. We're going west now. I want to know what's over here. There's so much swamp over here. They were just like, no, we're not going to go this way. See, everybody hates swamp. Hashtag less swamp on the biome. Let's get that. Let's get that hashtag. What do they call that? Trending. Trending. There we go.
I'm 100% behind this because, yeah, swamp, worst terrain in the game, just making you move slower, and it doesn't feel good.
People are watching 3 weeks in now. They're like, oh, is Mariah going to start going and talking about swamp? And I'm just, Jesus, shut up, Mariah. It's fine. It's fine. We're done talking about it. But you're seeing on the screen just how good swamp is.
I mean, we got to talk more about swamp. We all hate swamp so much.
That is so interesting. There were 2 item caves. That might even be a connector for all we know. And neither runner did this. They both did exactly the same thing early on. I'm sure Ellendar's like, well, there are these free caves here. Rip me. This might be, something I need. And methinkso will come over here as well and probably think the same thing. We're getting trolled by a Moa here. Got to take care of that guy right off the bat. Otherwise, it's just going to keep smacking you around in the dark.
Yeah, it becomes a very bad time dealing with a Moa in the dark. And would you look at that? Trophy Cave's another magic jar.
Yeah, this is nice to find when we need to cast some magic later on. Nice to have some of that to use.
And it's almost enough to be able to check Grandma's basement.
Oh. Wait, we don't have Mago Drippers, I don't think, right? I think we just have a regular Mago up there.
I think you're right.
We got a Thunder cast, but I think it's Thunder. Because that was practically all of his bar at 96 magic, so... Because we know that fire is like 76. It might even be a little bit cheaper now at Magic 4, so I'm going to say that was an actual Thunder cast that came down to something castable for him. Yeah, methinkso still looking around in this too. Ellendar was in here for a hot minute, so it's like one of these lefts that you have to take and eventually leads to an elevator, and then you'll find Helmet Head. Definitely accessible, though. I don't remember seeing any glove blocks on Ellendar's side.
Yeah, there were no glove blocks here in this too that stopped Ellendar from getting to Helmet Head. And I believe this is actually the elevator that will take methinkso to Helmet Head.
Yeah, it looks familiar. Although we might have hit the left side of this. Oh, never mind. Heart in Medicine Cave. Survivability. Not any other type of tool, though. What else are we looking for? Like maybe, well, I mean, Ellendar, maybe Hammer. Maybe Hammer's just chilling over here. We still have, that was Medicine Cave, that was Trophy Cave. We still have Heart Container Cave. And we think that that might be actually on the top side. That is boulder blocked there by the raft tile.
And that's looking to be the case here. So it looks like it might be time to continue diving palaces to see what resides in each one. We know that 3 holds the boots, as we did see, I forget which one of them pulled the hint for that. I want to say it was methinkso that pulled the hint for that.
I think they both did. They definitely both saw East Candle hint, and I think they both got Rebo boots. Because I think that came from Raru.
That sounds about right.
Hell, it might have come from... Actually, you might be right. It might have come from Mito, and Ellendar is the only one who ran into Mito, I think. Or maybe... Man, this was just 15 minutes ago. I don't know if methinkso went into Mito to get the medicine hint. Doesn't look like it because he doesn't have it marked on his tracker. He's using the tracker where you can mark the continent location or where it's at over the item on an overlay, but he doesn't have it marked. So I'm gonna say if it came from Mito, you may be correct there. Then that Ellendar is the only one with that boots hint.
Yeah, because I see on Ellendar's tracker that boots are shown just in P2 instead of P3. So I've misclicked it multiple times, but still knowing where I need to go. It's something that'll happen to all of us.
Yeah, that's true. He did mark the boots there. Yeah. Well, both of our runners headed back north. Methinkso, without the knowledge that Trophy Cave and Medicine Cave are accessible. If this 3-6 is Ellendar going in. Oh, he must have confirmed that fire is in fact reflect, so we're going into 4. I was gonna say if this is actually 3 on the west and it does give us the boots, I'm sure methinkso will then check out across the lake south of Saria, which will just show him that those 2 caves were accessible the whole time, and don't hold the hammer that he is looking for.
Yeah, which will be a moment that feels kind of bad, but it's something that happens. And oh my gosh, these 500-point bags just dropping left and right.
Got some options in 4 here. I don't remember how we started off in 4, but definitely have a left and right here.
I wasn't paying enough attention on the start of 4 here to be able to give a clear answer on that, but this junction is a thing into the item room, so we can see what 4's item is.
Yeah, this, again, hammer would just be nice to wander into for Ellendar.
Methinkso going into 4 and then jumping out and coming into this 3-6, where we will find out which one it is very shortly.
Good old magic container in 4. 7 containers now. We're guaranteed access to the new casino basement if and when we get there.
I think Ellendar has figured out that fire is going to be reflect this time around.
Yeah, this would be a hell of a gamble without confirming that ahead of time.
Ooh, dead ends here. That's a little unfortunate.
I think methinkso. Well, maybe not. Maybe he doesn't have a castable thunder. He's missing that 6th container that Ellendar had. Magic 5, though, a magic level above Ellendar. Might be just forgetting that he had thunder, or again, maybe it's just not castable. Just to help him get through this blue iron knuckle.
Yeah, and the blues, if you're not ready for their patterns, they can be a pain in the butt, as Ellendar does find Karok here.
Yeah, very fast 4. Oh, it's not reflect.
Oh.
So, what does that mean? What happened? Did it change colors? Is it actually shield? Or wait, oh, did he not have magic to cast it? No, wait, what? No, he's going into the other palace.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, that was some time spent. Yeah, methinkso in a terrible spot here. Last life and less than a heart now.
And gonna take a hit from the Doom Knocker, and that's gonna be it. Ellendar using fire with the resources available, and not gonna make it through the blue Iron Knuckle here, but methinkso coming into 4 will get that extra magic jar, and that's gonna help.
It's
fire.
spelled. Huh. Did he not cast it? Yeah, I thought he cast it in Magic Container Cave. That Geldarm did not transform. Do Geldarms not transform off spell? I feel like I asked this question weeks ago, and so maybe they don't transform off spell.
Yeah, I don't think Geldarms transform off spell.
Huh. Only took 4 years for me to learn that.
Right?
I probably knew that ahead of time, just forgot, because it's pretty rare. There's usually something else on the screen that I'll transform. Man, that's so weird. Huh.
It's just one of those strange situations.
All right, well, item in 4 for methinkso here. This is, yeah, he's just going in here to kind of gamble, because again, he doesn't have reflect. He might just be hoping to find a glove or something. I mean, just a hammer for the glove.
Would you look at that? Here's the item room for Ellendar in 3. Gonna have those boots ready to go.
Yeah, I wonder if methinkso also thinks that this is reflect, because we are in 4. We've got the item and we've not left.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's incredible, incredible. Just when you're playing the game, you're like, oh, I just wasted a whole bunch of time, yada, yada, yada. Your opponent's literally doing the same thing as you are. It's just absolutely amazing. Like, you just feel like you're making huge mistakes, and your opponent is also making these same mistakes. At least they'll know where Karak is when they need to come back.
That's very true, and having knowledge of that path, if they remember it, is just massive.
I mean, I'm trying to make light of the situation. I'm not really sure that. Not normally a play you dig into 4 just to get a lead on the route to Karak. Just for anyone out there who's watching and listening, plotting their first dig into Z2R. They're like, oh, they should go into 4 to find Karak without reflect. Probably not a good play.
No, I will agree with you on that. Though occasionally you may find, I don't know, a glove in 4.
Yeah. Yeah. You can always just gamble on the item. It is definitely an item that is in logic once you have Palace logic.
All right, Ellendar going to do some jousting here. Sitting low on health. Cannot take many more hits here.
Oof.
And does take the game over, but with those boots, gonna head over to Death Mountain, and I believe we're gonna find that connector relatively quickly.
Yeah, and if we do, I don't know if we're digging around DM for anything on his side. I think it's right here on the coast, right? This is what we're thinking right here?
Well, we know it's not this part of the coast. I thought it was the top cave, but it is not. So now the question becomes, which cave is it?
Man, there's a lot of east-west caves there that may or may not connect to each other.
Yeah, there definitely are. And Ellendar checking through just to see how many other sides can be found. Well, there's the rock here on the southern portion of it, and that's got to be the connector. Yep, there it is. 2 maze with another cave immediately after going to the east, and that looks like a mountainous east.
Yeah, and also the bridge up there on the top side probably goes back to the east. Although there could be a small little piece of land on the west that has a bridge that would then make it useless. But maybe a segment to the east, maybe not. Hard to know just yet. We're looking around for an item or both items on the maze here. Yeah, we got no hints, so we're just kind of walking around blindly, hoping to find something. Ellendar again, looking for that glove. We keep coming back to that because he just doesn't have the info that the glove is actually in Death Mountain here.
Yeah, with the info that methinkso has, that could be huge. And the first drop, which normally would contain a magic jar in vanilla, is instead the hammer this time around. Ellendar immediately going to go back, hit this rock, and be rewarded handsomely with this glove.
Yeah, easy game. Easy game.
That's amazing.
And not going to look for anything else. He's just going to go. Which is definitely a play. He's got 7 containers and 5 hearts, though. Methinkso is out of 4. I'm assuming that we found Karok. Sorry, we were looking at that glove pickup. Found Karok and did not get our payout from our combined fire.
That's what I would assume. And on top of that, Ellendar has found 1. We'll be able to pick up Reflect here very shortly. Or not Reflect, but the trophy for Reflect here very shortly. And be able to continue from there. This is looking really good for Ellendar right now.
Yeah, Methinkso is pretty close to that connector down there. I don't think he saw the rock, and he went south first, right? And then he headed east in DM, and so would have not seen that connector, although I would imagine he would have checked it. I mean, this would have probably played out exactly the same, get the hammer, and then just immediately go back to that spec rock.
Absolutely, and Ellendar are going to take a dip into the lava, reset the room, and be able to continue on.
Wow, almost getting bopped again, and then watching the 1-up just drop into the lava, burn the doll. Nice, we found item room on Methinkso's side. This is good, because this will maybe push him back in the DM to walk around. Man, item room is just, this game is free and easy. Hardest palace so far is P2.
No kidding there, as that's the trophy now for Ellendar. We'll be able to pick up Reflect, go back over to the west, and finish out that P1. And so with that in mind, could actually end up going and finishing out 4 and 3 over there, and then stick around here afterwards, or could look for Fairy.
Yeah, it really
or
depends.
Not Fairy, the medicine.
Yeah, is this or jump, because I was going to say, as a runner, like how reliant are you on downstab, right? And so when we saw Ellendar attempt to do downstabless rebo and then just get out of there when he took the death, I don't know if that was a game over, or if he was just like, yeah, F this, I'm leaving. You know, he might just be, like you say, trying to find medicine to get Fairy, to get downstab, or at least jump to get downstab and then finish off. Also Reflect, I guess. Oh, no, wait, sorry. You just covered that. Trophies.
It's all good.
Yeah, trophies in here. We will have Reflect shortly after we return to the west. Methinkso, though. Oh, Tech 5, taking down the old Rebo man.
Very good Rebo fight there from Methinkso, as Horsehead goes down for Ellendar. And just like that, they're both going to be at 2 palaces complete.
Yeah, that's It's nice to see. 38 minutes in. I don't know how people feel as a runner. I don't know how they feel. I mean, it really depends on how the overworld felt and whatnot. But I think Ellendar feels good with that glove pickup. Methinkso hopefully heads back. Oh, he's going to take these boots. No, he's not going to take the boots to the west here. See, he doesn't know that the hammer's not in the west, and so that's interesting to not seek out the other 2 item caves.
If I could be in Methinkso's head right now, I'd say he feels behind, considering how late he is getting back over here, especially with those boots in hand.
It's possible. You'd feel even more behind though when you learned that if the hammer were to be on the west, you'd feel even more behind. I don't know. It's a tough play to make. I mean you got to flip the coin, I guess. He's gonna pay out for him though, so he's gonna find this all the way down to the south, and then like probably play out exactly how we saw Ellendar do it.
Absolutely, as Ellendar finds another town here. This is Old Kasuto with Shield. Very nice pickup.
And we are very close to the maze from Methinkso.
All right, now the question is, will Methinkso end up pursuing the maze to try to find the items, or just go straight to the east? Heads over here to the east and decides against it.
Flute on the water tile. Not sure if we need that just yet. I don't think we do need it. I think we just saw the second palace out of Death Valley, so 1 was over here, and then I think he just showed us 6. 5 is on the maze, and that means Death Valley has GP then.
I believe so, and that's the hammer picked up for Methinkso. Gonna immediately go back to DM, hit Spectacle Rock, and pull that glove.
So Ellendar has walked down what may be a little boots blocked area on the east here, and has sunken P-Bag Cave. See if this is the medicine. I don't fully know if it's boots blocked. I have a feeling it might actually open up on the south side, and you'll be able to access it from both the far south as well as the far west.
I mean, that is the question, as Ellendar just keeps running through. And no, this is the candle.
Well, there's your bridge. Okay.
All right, Methinkso coming into 1, gonna pick up that trophy as well as Horsehead. Have 3 palaces down. I'm here pretty soon.
Yeah, I guess I'm not 100% sure if we did see Ellendar in the last palace outside of Death Valley. I remember dark green, but he might have just finished 1. Did something, or walked back in to up an A or something. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on that.
I'm not certain either, but we do see life here in New Kasuto. Gonna check Grandma's basement, because this could be the medicine. It could also be locked in Spell Tower, and it's just a heart container. So a little unfortunate to see, but with fire being spell and having that knowledge in hand, I have a feeling we're going to see that Spell Tower get checked here pretty quick.
Yeah, what else we got? Just Risen and... Do we see Desert? I don't know if we saw Desert. We did not see Desert according to Ellendar's tracker.
Yeah, it's just Risen and Desert Tile remaining. And item room for Methinkso here in 1. Going to pick up that trophy here very shortly.
Yeah, 1 usually a pretty free palace, so... he'll just stay on the route after this, and it'll take him to Horsehead. He'll be done, and might have 3 gems down before Ellendar does.
And there's the medicine pickup from Ellendar. That's going to be Reflect and Fairy alongside Thunder, and that's going to be just go mode for Ellendar here in 1 moment.
So he's looking for Heart Container Cave. That is Parappa. That you can. There's not even a mountain range that cuts off the lake there. Okay. Oh, the mountain range is up here. Yeah, but there's a walkway. Okay. He's looking for that Heart Container Cave, and it is up by the raft. Although, I guess he doesn't. He may not remember he saw it. I'm pretty sure he saw it.
I think he did, because if I remember correctly, this cave right here should be Heart Container Cave, though he is jumping into some of the towns just to reset encounters, makes it into Mito with Fairy able to be grabbed, and now we'll be able to get that beautiful, beautiful down stab.
P went down for methinkso as well here, so this is going to be his third gem here, about 45 minutes in. Heart Container Cave is a boulder block cave just northwest of where the raft tile was, and I guess Ellendar didn't walk up that far to see that. Methinkso definitely showed that to us.
That could be the case. I may have completely missed that.
Oh, we've got I don't know if Ellendar saw this town down here southeast of P1.
It's Darunia with Spell, which is not necessary since fire is linked to it. So, methinkso just going to be right on out of there.
Yeah, can't even get upstab.
What I'm wondering is if methinkso will end up grabbing life here from New Kasuto, considering that he's still at 4 hearts, about to be at 5.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that 6th one for Ellendar came from Medicine Cave or something like that. I think it was Trophy, Magic Container, Medicine, Heart Container.
Yes. There's Reflect and Fairy picked up for Ellendar, ready to just blitz the rest of the palaces and head into GP. Does have 4 palaces, where methinkso will have 3 remaining after grabbing the medicine here from Spell Tower. So it could be very, very close.
Yeah, they both Ellendar's going to have to redo 3, which is luckily a pretty small palace. But they both dove 4. And that was an interesting. Oh wait.
Oh no, methinkso doesn't know it's spell.
Oh boy.
He doesn't know fire is linked to spell this time around.
I wonder what he thinks it is. He went into 4, thinking probably again we were just assuming that he went into 4 thinking that it was thinking that he thought that it was fire reflect, but then he was out of 4. And so I assumed that he had confirmed that it wasn't fire reflect. And then at that point, you need to kind of reconfirm what it is, or I'm not sure. I did miss that last part of him being in 4, so I'm not 100% sure what happened.
Yeah, I don't think he quite made it to Karok in order to confirm whether or not it was reflect. So that information, I believe, is lost to him right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to call it a rookie mistake, but it's like, if you're not sure what it is, you should absolutely confirm that sucker before you start like operating, making moves based on it, or not making moves, thinking that you don't have the combo spell that it has alongside it.
I mean, I will go ahead and say, being as new to this as I am, and methinkso alongside me on that, it very much is a mistake for us new players to do that.
Yeah.
So it definitely is a rookie mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's, again, it's one of those things that's like experience of just playing enough and having it bite you at some point where you're just like, well, we're definitely going to 150% confirm that this is what it is before I start making any, again, moves or assumptions. Ellendar also getting a little beat up by this Karak. Did take a death and is taking a few bops here, but I think he's got it.
And just like that, he's in the clear from Karak. We'll have that third gem placed in just a moment and probably be headed over straight to 3 to finish that out and then into 5 at Maze Island.
Yeah, Ellendar is cooking now. Really comes down to methinkso and whether or not he just stumbles upon the child. I mean, for him, the child is going to have to be like in Risen or Desert Tile, and then he's just going to go back, turn it, and get spell. Because otherwise, I'm not 100% sure what the game plan is here. I mean, you could just YOLO no fairy. I mean, that's a 100% available play, and I'll be honest, it's really not as scary as, some people might make it out to be. I think fairy blocks are pretty rare, but obviously when they happen, there's no other way around them. If there are hard fairy blocks, so at that point you will need the fairy spell. But there's many more rooms that, the vast majority of rooms don't have a fairy block in either palace pool. So, just no fairy. He's going to need jump, though, because he's probably going to want downstab.
Yeah, downstab is the more concerning part of it.
I don't even know where jump is at. Is that going to be Naburu or... No, that was... No, it is. Yeah, Naburu is going to be jump.
Yep.
I mean, maybe he can do this 6 really well and find Barba very quickly. Although if Barba's on a standard path, like just route right, and that's what he sticks to, I assume Ellendar is probably just going to route right as well, and it won't be that much of a time gain for methinkso. I'm starting to see a lot of people kind of route lefts in 5 and 6 because they're bigger palaces, so you're just kind of gambling that something either loops around, you have the better path, or it's definitely going to be a left in one of those palaces.
Even occasionally 4.
Yeah, 2 and 4 as well. I mean, really, you could pick any palace. It doesn't really matter, but it's like the bigger the palace, the more likelihood, that there's the potential left that takes you to the boss instead of the standard meta routing right.
Exactly.
Yeah, for anyone who's new to this or just watching and learning, and there's nothing specific to, go right to find a boss. You'll see a lot of people say go right to find a boss, go left to find the item. There's no hard logic that states that in the palace layouts that we play with. It's just the crapshoot. But it is just kind of a feeling that people have that they tend to just do that particular routing.
I don't know if you noticed that, Mariah, but there is a fairy block here in 6.
Oh, was it going to the right, or are we talking the eco key room here?
It was going to the right, and I think this might be a loop. It is a loop on the eco key room.
Wow. Yeah, I did miss that. I was busy looking at this 5.
I mean, the color on this 5 is quite nice.
Ellendar in a dead end room.
Drippers are dripping bots.
Okay, we still at least have this path over here because that key door was not opened by methinkso just yet. So he doesn't know it. Well, I mean, I guess he does know it. Fingers crossed. He's got his. So does Yoshi have fingers? I'm not sure. Dinosaur paws crossed that we can get to Barba from this side, from this direction. I mean.
That is the hope.
Item room in 5. We're going to get it. What do we want? Item room in 4. Item room in 6, I mean. What do we want? Oh, there's...
Oh, no. That's a child.
Yeah, I don't think, that's unfortunate. The thing is, having not seen the Buru on Ellendar's side, and the flute might be blocking it. We already saw that the water tile was under the forest tile today, so still have yet to see a 3-eyed rock. You still have yet to see the top side of the east, and I'm not really sure we will, because oh, it loops back around to this. No, this is a different 4-way. This is a different 4-way. Okay.
Yeah, this is a completely different 4-way. So we'll see where this branch of it takes me, think so.
Yeah, what's really going to happen is that Barbara's going to be right behind that fairy block, and this is all just going to be a bunch of garbage.
Well, that fairy block was a loop.
Okay. So the eco key room was what we're talking about.
Yeah, that eco key room ended up being a loop, so
Gotcha.
Fortunately doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, when you said fairy block, I looked over and we were in the eco key room from the right hand side, and I was like, oh, this room?
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't recognized it quite yet as an eco key room.
So this up and left is pretty tough without fairy for a lot of runners, but definitely doable. No downstab though, but I might be casting Thunder here. Oh, is he going to land it? He's not going to land it.
I believe that was 1 pixel off from landing it.
It was very close.
Oh, not gonna make it there. Yeah, this room without fairy is a nightmare, as well as lacking downstab.
Well, he did open up his menu, and we have a castable Thunder in there, so it really he does get through. That's good. But when you got that castable Thunder, I mean, you really just got to blow. You just got to blow things up at times. This is dangerous.
Agreed.
Yeah, you gotta fight him. You gotta push him back. You can't neutral jump over Iron Knuckles. And now I hope he doesn't Thunder this guy. Okay. Because if Thunder doesn't kill him, if he Thunders him and Thunder doesn't kill him, he might just plop into the lava. Because he would... Whenever you hit something, your momentum stops. And if you Thunder something, and it doesn't kill it, it acts like you stabbed it, and then your momentum just stops. And so over a crumble bridge like that, it gets a little dangerous. If your momentum stops, then you might just plop into that lava. Oh, this 5 might have a fairy block here.
It looks like it, as methinkso is just continuing to cruise through. It does find a loop.
Yeah, that's a loop. There's nothing else over here, so this is all a big dud. Where's the dragon?
I mean, that's a fantastic question.
Yeah, I don't know if Ellendar was down that drop either, so Guma might just be down that drop, but then again, Guma might be over here. So this dragon is hiding. As I had said earlier, that if methinkso has a good P6, it could save some time over Ellendar, just because he kind of needs that time back if he's going to have to go hunt for a child for the spell for that medicine for fairy. Or again, you're just YOLOing on all of that. Oh boy. Was that a T-junction upstairs? Might have been a T-junction. Not 100% sure what was upstairs above Guma here, but if it wasn't, then we do have a fairy block to Guma. Or if that didn't lead as a loop, into a loop anywhere, then it is definitely going to be a fairy block to Guma.
Yeah, fairy required for 5, as pointed out in chat. And Ellendar, with maybe a third of a bar of health, makes it through Guma.
Yeah, he and Guma, they go back quite a bit in tournament races. He and Guma hold a record for, I think it was most deaths or most game overs in a tournament race. Not the best record to hold, but I'm only repeating it because Ellendar does repeat it often. So, Oh, is this a drop in 6 that will take us somewhere useful? About to
Let's
find out.
We haven't seen this.
Nice. But this is something that will probably throw Ellendar off, although maybe he'll be smart enough to check it when he gets here. I probably would not have checked that myself, so I would definitely... Last location, this dragon. There it is. Item room probably nearby as well. I don't think we saw the item room in 6 yet.
The item room has the drop.
Oh, right. That's right. That's why we didn't see it, because it's just a 1-up. Well, we're going into 3 now, or back into 3 now.
Nice barbecue from methinkso, and yeah, considering that when we see that item room, it loops on itself more often than not. Actually, having it drop somewhere else is very different.
Yeah, and it wasn't even part of a full column. It was just that room into the required path. So it wasn't even like it looped around in terms of like a column that normally has numerous drop rooms in it as you just kind of keep dropping. So it's possible that, again, Ellendar does the same thing there. If he doesn't, then there is a lot of time to save over methinkso there, because methinkso not having downstab, having to push through that very long 6, and then just not realizing that, not realizing, but just kind of, in air quotes, last locationing that option in P6 there.
All right, methinkso heading into Risen Peabag Cave. Gonna see what resides in here.
Yeah, unless this ends up just being something amazing. I mean, this is all kind of time wasted that Ellendar's never going to be looking in these caves, right?
Exactly. It's really a tough call, and it's a magic jar, so it's nice, but not what methinkso's looking for.
Yeah, and even from methinkso's perspective, it's like, Child could be in the west for all he knows. He's missing 3 caves over there, Medicine, Trophy, and Heartkinder Cave. Child could just be chilling. It's not, but, again, it's hard to want to make, like, where do you go at this point? Like, it's a big shrug, if you're not going to go in for the hint for the Child, and you need spell, you're gambling that you're going to find it, or you're gambling you're going to find... You're gambling on Spell Tower, and man, I hate that gamble. I hate it so much, but I like to make it, but I hate it.
Yeah, I know the feeling all too well.
All right, Rebo down for Ellendar as well. He'll be into 6 shortly. I think he saw 6, not 100% sure. Wasn't too far away from 1 in all that area over there.
Yeah, and I mean, all he has to do now is just head back over to Death Mountain, head into the maze, take that quick jaunt through the maze over to the east, and head back towards 1. And that also has the access point to Death Valley.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to find Naburu and the desert tile as well. I haven't seen a 3-eyed rock. There's Naburu. Okay.
So at least methinkso will know that he'll have jump. He'll be able to get up stab. He'll be able to get down stab. He just won't have fairy. And he'll be able to get reflect. So it just comes down to how long does it take him to get the Child? How long does it take him to then get back to Darunia, or Darunia to get spell, then Nuke Pseudo to get medicine, and then back to Mido to get fairy, even though Ellendar this whole time has known that fire was linked to spell.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah. Best case scenario, I think, for methinkso right now is Ellendar hits an upstab block like deep in GP or something, and does it, because I don't think he's got a read on Darunia's location on the east. Maybe he'll look for it before he goes into GP. Maybe he won't. If he doesn't, then methinkso probably needs that. Or again, I mean, just YOLO Fairy. I mean, at this point, we're at 63 minutes in. It's time to YOLO Fairy. You know what I mean? It's like we're done. I'm not going to go get this kid. I don't know where he's at. The kid is probably drowning somewhere, and I'm not a registered lifeguard, so we can't save this kid. And we're not going to get spell it. We're not going to get this medicine, and we're not going to get fairy spell. So let's just go. It's, again, I think it's a completely valid play at this point. You've wasted so much time. The medicine, I'm not 100%. Like, neither runner has seen the desert tile. They both have it not marked off. So I don't know where that desert tile is even at. But again, it's not the medicine, and it's time to just go.
Absolutely.
Like, these are the plays that probably make some runners uncomfortable. But I mean, this is a tournament. We're in a race. You got to just make the call, because if you're gonna screw around, if you lose because of a fairy block, you lose because of a fairy block. But you got to consider that, it's time to go. It's just time to get 2 gems left. It's an hour plus, and we gotta get a move on. And you haven't seen a fairy. You saw a fairy block technically, but it was a loop, and it wasn't, it wasn't in the way of anything, and so no big deal. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did you count? I feel like I'm losing it, man. It's we just had a race earlier, and P5, right? P5. We need fairy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Sorry. I'm going off on a YOLO fairy, but guess we can't YOLO fairy.
I mean,
I'm so sorry.
The thing is, though, I agree with your logic behind it, but yeah, that's the problem. We can't.
I am dying to know, though. Man, I wish I could look back at the race here.
Ellendar has been making some fantastic use of this fire spell. This has been one of those situations, or one of those seeds, that fire spell has gotten all of its use and then some. Now, let's see if Ellendar decides to take this drop to see if it goes anywhere else or continues onward, and Ellendar's continuing onward.
Okay, so just to confirm, there is a T-junction above Gooma's room, so it's entirely possible that the right-hand side of that leads to Gooma, leads to some other accessible point that will then take us to Gooma. So I think that's a big unknown right now. For methinkso's sake of staying in this race, I do hope that that is actually a loop at some point. I just wanted to confirm whether I was crazy or not, whether I thought. I mean, I could look this up in the seed, but I don't want to spoil it for myself.
That's absolutely fair, and Ellendar having a much easier time getting through this room than methinkso did, just due to having that fairy spell. Just the reverse Moa Crumble Bridge,
yeah,
it feels so bad to go through without fairy.
Yeah. And he's going to see this big loop down here as well. This is, yeah, he's moving through it a lot faster. Again, that down step technique and having fairy, like you mentioned, is just definitely speeds things up. And just the better levels as well right now. methinkso came in here a little bit, well, maybe not that different in terms of levels, but.
All right, Ellendar doing an up and A, coming back to the start of the palace. And take 2.
Oh, methinkso's coming in. I think he's going to double check that this. Oh, he never got the hint for the freaking medicine, unless he just didn't track it on his tracker. But now he's put it on there, so now he knows east. So now for him it's dead. Okay, so we're still focused on, we're still potentially focused on fairy, but at the same point in time, maybe not. Maybe he's just going to YOLO it at this point. If it were on the way in a palace, maybe he would grab it. I guess we're going to have to just wait and see what he does.
Yeah, that's ultimately the question now, is what will methinkso do here? Just because of that information of medicine being over on the east, He knows he's only got 2 locations left, really, in order to grab that, and never grab the information of fire being linked to spell, which has definitely been more of a hindrance than helpful. It's all, what's he gonna do? And he's going into 5.
Yeah, I if he never figures it out, I do. Well, even if he does figure it out, I'd love to ask that question in the post-race interview. Like, you know, we might have thought it was reflect, but then confirmed it wasn't. And you know, I'm interested to know what he might have thought it was, or if it just completely slipped his mind at some point. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that people have attempted to check what fire was and then did it wrong, and then completely forgot about it, you know, and then just moved on. It happens, probably not too frequently, but it's not impossible.
Oh yeah, I mean, everybody's at fault for it, of doing that at least once, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might even just be that, because like we haven't even tried to use it for anything else at this point, right? If he thought it was fire life or fire shield, I would imagine he'd be using it for that, or maybe not fire shield because he's got shield. I also wonder if sometimes when people use the fire sprite as their beam sprite, if that just kind of throws them off. It definitely throws off comms and whatnot at times. So, you know, I don't know. You know, I don't know if it plays tricks in the mind or anything like that. I definitely just stick to the regular beam sprite myself, but it, you know, I don't know. I'm very interested to know what the thought process is here, but I'm also interested to know if Goomba is actually going to be accessible without Fairy. Ellendar putting it together.
Ellendar soon to be there.
Yeah, we are in this 5 as well, so we are looking around for methinkso. That up and left, I don't know if we have to go that direction. I really did not follow Ellendar in this 5, so I am clueless as to... We just saw that one... it's a P4 room, and it was in reverse here first in P5. And I don't know how we even got to that point, so...
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain either, though that drop that is in that room could potentially end up leading methinkso to the right path.
Yeah, it is possible. We saw 2 of these rooms so far, though, that he's in, and those are landing rooms, so...
Methinkso not recognizing this as a dead-end room.
Yeah, Ellendar did the same thing there as well.
But Ellendar making it through this 6 much faster than methinkso did. And now all that's left is going into GP and finishing out the seed. So it now becomes, how bad is Death Valley going to be, or Valley of Death? And how many encounters is it going to take in order to actually make it into GP?
Yeah, I think we're doing a check for Darunia here. He's going to find it right here. No jump spell, though, so you can at least have upstab, but no jump spell. I wonder if he'll go look for a jump. Probably not. Probably not at 72 minutes into the game here.
Yeah, I can't see Ellendar looking for jump at this point. Alright, methinkso checking to see if there is an exit over here, which there's not. Just dead ends into a P-bag. Gonna go ahead and take the left up here.
I think this does lead us to this. Oh, there it is. Man, I'm not sure we can get around, but we'll see what this drops to.
He's gonna take it.
Yeah, we've been in here.
Yep.
It's funny, those are back-to-back rooms. Death Valley's just above us. Do we access it from the grass side here?
Yeah, I don't think the entrance has been found just yet.
got to be right over here, I think. Nope, other side by the road.
Ooh, these grass tiles actually being Death Valley encounters is not fun.
Nope, we're going up. We might actually even be looking for Nuburu right now for jump, so he's going to get the kid out of 5. I forgot that all this was accessible, so he might actually go back and he's turning it in immediately. Yeah. This is unfortunate.
Yeah, this is a feels bad moment. All right, Ellendar on the search for Nuburu for jump. Methinkso about to hit the bridge at the other side of the east, over by the palaces.
Yeah, give me just because we're going back for fairy. Now I'm interested, so I'm going to do a little research real fast for a minute here and look at this this Palace 5 and see what that T junction was.
Oh my goodness!
Wait,
So-
did he figure it out?
The desert tile is over here by the entrance to Death Valley. Had
Oh.
to go through that northern cave, and now Ellendar soon to be in GP.
Sorry, I was excited for. I thought maybe Methinkso had figured out that fire was spell, but he's going back to Daruni to turn kid in for a spell.
Yeah, I think he might figure it out after casting spell. And
Yeah,
that's
right.
Going to feel so bad. 74-46, we'll say, for the barrier being up on Ellendar's side. Oh, Methinkso, I don't think has practiced super jump in case a scenario like this came up. And okay, you want T-Bird? Well, here he is.
Yeah, my apologies. I was looking at P5. Was there a junction before this point, or was this just linear to T-Bird?
Seems pretty linear to T-Bird.
Okay.
So there's still a lot of palace to go potentially.
Yeah, just to confirm, to the right of Guma's elevator, it is an immediate dead end. So, yep, ferry absolutely 100% required there.
Ellendar looking a little dicey here. One more hit should take down Thunderbird for Ellendar, and there is T-Bird down.
Just got spell on Methinkso's side and gonna head over to Nukasudo Spell Tower. Still has a little bit of walking here.
All right, it's time for the real start of GP.
And
Go for it, Mariah.
I should say immediate Dark Link? No, not yet.
Man, it's GPs like these where we start seeing all the junctions right after T-Bird. They can be great equalizers. But with Methinkso being this far back, unfortunately, it's going to be tough to recover it.
Yeah, I agree. Because now he's going to go walk all the way across the west and all the way through Mito again and get the spell and come all the way back to... Well, I guess 5 is right off of the raft there. Or no, sorry, he said that's to DM and then to the cave and then to Maze P5, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a rough chain of events to then get back over here to the east and then find the way into DV and go from there. But the desert tile was over here by the entrance to DV the entire time.
Yeah, and Ellendar did not go find Nuburu. I just I thought he might have been trying to find it, but no, it was just looking for the entrance to Death Valley there, and it was topside, but no jump, so methinkso doesn't know it, but he's hoping for some really bad waffle rooms that are going to be required and are going to drain Ellendar's resources for approximately the next 12 minutes. Which would feel terrible if you're Ellendar, but...
I mean, anything is possible. It is Z2 after all.
Yeah, elevator up here could be our Dark Link. Could be just more palace.
Well, what about another elevator shaft?
Yeah, GP loves its elevator shafts. I wasn't sure he was going to make that jump. I thought he might fall into the false floor there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be just short of it.
Yeah.
All right, GP continues on.
Okay.
Oh. I mean, this isn't that bad of an upstab block. And jump really not required for it. And sneaks under the bird.
More options. And we are back to possibly a loop at start here.
Yeah, this looks like the start of just being past Thunderbird.
Oh, maybe not. Oh wait, did we come through a fairy block like this in reverse? I don't think we did.
No, but out of magic to be able to cast. Hello, Kingbot. How are you doing?
More bridges.
Another Kingbot.
Oh, barely surviving here.
Probably on 1 HP if I had to guess. Alright, last life here for Ellendar right now. This GP has been a little rough.
Yeah, I was gonna say this could be another loop here. It looks like it is. Could be that fairy block. This is gonna take him back to that what I call the GP item room with the 2 stack blocks here. Yeah, and then he's gonna have to go. He's not gonna go down through the fairy block though. He's gonna go up, back up and left.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a full loop. Might end up taking a game over here.
Yeah, I mean, methinkso's not really that far behind. He just ferried through the room that was required in 5, so he'll be in Guma's room in another moment here. I believe it's just this room and then to the T-junction and then into Guma's room, and so he has a chance to make it into this GP here.
He does. Yeah, there was a junction, but Ellendar just immediately went right. So if methinkso ends up going left just because of panicking for being behind with how the seeds played out for him, this could be very, very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, always those left gambles when they work out, they work out. When they don't, they definitely don't. I mean, best case scenario, if he goes left, it's just an immediate dead end or something.
Very, very close Guma kill for methinkso there, but does get it. So now it's a question of where is Ellendar going to go from here? Down the elevator and deciding to not take that split, as I believe he already went that way.
He's definitely gone the way he's about to go. I think it's possible he's a little confused because there are 2 of these rooms he's in right now, but they're different. And if he goes back this way, it's going to be to the upstab block eventually, and then lead to, well, we'll see it in a moment. Did we just get a fire cast from him? Did he just try to cast? Did he just try to spell the Bird Knight?
Yes, he did.
Son.
You can't do that. I'm glad you and I were thinking the same thing there.
Ellendar definitely got upstab. He just went through the upstab block a moment ago.
Yeah, Ellendar did grab upstab, and methinkso ended up taking the longer way around to grab it. So they both do have upstab at the ready. It's now a question of who is going to be able to get through this first. Ellendar came in significantly ahead of methinkso, but that loop was just brutal.
Yeah, it'll be about 10-minute difference entering the GP, I think. Didn't you say 70? Or, yeah, you said 74, something like that, right?
Yeah. It was a low 74. But methinkso doesn't quite know where GP is.
Yeah, he was on the top side to see Naburu, but that was just northwest corner, and so now he's just kind of walking around trying to find the entrance to the valley. It is going to be further north. I think he's coming back down to the bottom side of our eastern continent, and it is going to be from the top side there.
Yeah, I'm not sure which part of the top side it was off the top of my head.
Okay, so unless Ellendar was going back to that fairy block, which is interesting because he had enough to cast fairy on his loop. He looped back around to a room that's coming up here, and he had enough to cast fairy, but opted not to. And I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I guess he's going back there now. I assume that's the only thing he has over here is a fairy block that he needs to get through. But I don't know if he's full cleared behind him as well. There was another junction that I'm not sure if we've fully explored just yet.
Yeah, I don't think he has, but I might be mistaken on that.
Yeah, what's funny is that this elevator room connects to this room, and it's the same thing. And on the left-hand side, there's a bird and a rope, but it's a bird and a rope paired up together right next to each other, and this one has them separated. So this is the fairy block I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yep. And this one is looking promising already. Leading into another crumble bridge room. This should have an elevator at the end if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
The question is, will that elevator lead to Darklink?
No, not yet. We'd be so lucky to get a King Bot in this room. King Bot to Buzz Thunder us. Oh, just a bubble at the end.
Always feels bad when it's a bubble instead of a King Bot, because then you can't celebrate by getting rid of all the sprites. That bird had Ellendar's number, and Ellendar said, nope.
It's another downstep block with an elevator going down here. methinkso still looking around for the entrance to the Valley of Death. Ellendar cannot take a hit. Oh, he can take a hit. I lied. He can take a fireball hit.
And there is Darklink.
Easy.
And just like that, Ellendar is looking to take this, go to 2-1.
Is he going to get jumped on? How agile is the Black Mage?
Not agile enough.
All right, well, there it is. The finish from Ellendar, an official racetime.gg race room time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 20 seconds.
GG's to Ellendar there.
Racing into the booth here, GG Ellendar.
Just entirely fueled on adrenaline.
I mean, I can't blame you.
That GP kind of sucked, and also I kind of sucked.
Yeah, I was wondering, in that GP there, did you mistake that? I don't know what to call. We call it the GP item room because it looks like a community item room, but it's the 2-stack blocks with the Firebird on the left hand side. Did you mistake that as a loop back from the first room you had seen before?
I thought it might have been. Like I just wanted to double check, but like I like when I came, it's not like I intentionally like ran out of resources, died there, right? Like I don't, unless I like missed that the top of the second version of that tea room like loops in, right? But I think I just took the route you have to take eventually. But like the first time I got to that fairy room, I didn't have enough magic to cast fairy, and I had a life left. And I was like, okay, well, I'll check the right, and I'll come back if I get some, if I die or I get some magic. And then I never made it back again. Cost me a bunch of time. But that's not the stupid things. The stupid things were like literally everything I did on the West. So like I game overed on Rebo, forgot I game overed on Rebo. And then when I went back to the West to get my spells, I had it in my head, I was supposed to get Reflect first, then go back and get, like, do an up A from there, get Downstab and Fairy, then do the palaces, then go back east, do all the east, and it would have been super clean. Instead, I went to get Fairy, didn't get Downstab because I forgot to get Downstab, had to up A to go get Reflect, up A again to go back into the palaces, do one of the two palaces, forget that I didn't do the other one, so I went and do 5, then I had to up A again to go back and do 3. I think I took like 4 extra trips to the West that I didn't need to.
Yeah,
that's what cost me all the time.
Yeah, I thought I remembered a few excess up and A's there on the West. I'm not sure I questioned it or not.
It's just poor routing. Like the whole time, I felt like the first time I explored the West, like the way I explored it was good. I had like the whole picture of what I was supposed to do in my head, and then I just screwed it all up because I'm not smart.
I mean, it's rando. We all end up doing that. And methinkso has decided to DNF and is here with us in the booth. GG's, my friend. My first question to you is, what did you think fire was connected to?
I honestly have no idea. I feel like I'm like completely blanking on it because like nothing is coming to mind what it could possibly be.
So are you ready for this? Because I think you might end up kicking yourself.
Oh boy.
It was connected to spell.
What's it? I could have sworn I used that on a screen with enemies.
I also used I did a fire check twice, and because I just don't remember which enemies are spellable and which aren't, was like convinced it was reflect, and then went into 4, and then thankfully the boss was like right next to the start.
Yeah,
so once I died, I'm like, oh, it's spell. It's gotta be spell.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I used it on something that was vulnerable to spell, but I guess not.
Yeah, I should really write down somewhere when enemies are vulnerable to spell, because I never remember.
I mean, you made me remember one that I always forget about, and that's the Geldarms being immune to spell.
Yeah, also, I took a really dumb death in GP to learning that birds aren't spellable. I probably should have expected that one, but...
There was a bit of a call out in GP when you did that. We were like, did you just try to spell a bird, Knight, Ellendar?
To be fair, I almost never use the spell in combat. It's just when it's fire spell, obviously I used it a lot more in that scene. Today I learned.
Sorry, methinkso, you were about to say something.
Yeah, speaking of GP, how do I get to GP?
Okay, so... You know the path north of 1 and I forget what the other palace was there in the east that leads you to the 2 caves?
Yeah.
That that cave that you enter going north takes you to a part of the overworld that you then walk over to the east, south. You get the desert tile, and you get the entrance to DV.
Really?
It was on the northern portion of the east.
Okay. I must have just like completely walked by that path like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, it was tricky because like as soon as you come into the east, you get to see Death Valley, so you know where on the map it is. But then you're like, how? What? Where?
It was a moment of I have so many questions.
Yeah, it got me for a second.
Oh wow. Well, there you go.
It's okay, you weren't missing anything. That GP sucked. There was 2 lefts. Right at the start, there was an elevator with 2 lefts and Thunderbird. And I was hoping, like, okay, well, there's 2 lefts there. Like, hopefully, like, a bunch of GP is over there and this can be quick. It was not.
That GP was, first off, getting to it was butts. And then GP itself was butts.
I was going to ask, so I ultimately what it came down to was the fact that methinkso didn't connect the fire to spell connection and then had to go on the wild goose chase to get the kit out of 5, which was fairy block to Guma. So you had to get the kit out of 5, go to Darunia, get the spell, go to the spell tower, get the medicine after walking all around the east trying to find other eastern locations. I think even early on, methinkso, you gambled on the hint for the medicine. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I did skip that for a little bit, and then I also just kind of did a dumb move and picked up downstab and was like, oh, I forgot to pick up reflect, so I'm going to up an A right now to get that before going into 4. But then I forgot to get the medicine hint right then. So I had to go back for that.
Okay.
Yeah, first time around, I just skipped it or gambled on it, you know.
Yeah, and that was it. I mean, that was the fairy block in 5. Was ultimately what just forced you to do a whole bunch of other busy work, and then now I get without it. It just you could just roll it back to just not making the connection between fire and spell, and neither one of you did early on. It was we were confused as well because I think we got tripped up by the fact that when Ellendar tested it in Magic Container Cave, there we saw the Geldarm and it didn't transform, and we're like, okay, well it's not spell, and we were like, okay, so it's got to be reflect or possibly life or something like that, but or even shield, because I don't think it's easy to tell that your tunic changes colors in the dark. So, yeah,
there was a second enemy on the screen in that dark medicine cave that I tested it in, but it was the enemy that spells transformed into on the west.
Wow.
And so it was like, oh, like I probably should have given it a better test, but yeah.
One of those moments of, well, that's not helpful.
Well, again, I thought it was reflect. Thank goodness it didn't cost me that much time in 4, because from the extra time I spent to find the boss was only like 3 extra rooms. So
I will add that there was a hint for the glove, Ellendar. Yes.
Where was that?
The bot had a hint for the glove.
Sleepy
in
bot.
DM.
Didn't check it.
And methinkso dug DM first to find Hammer Cave, and Hammer Cave was just a 500-point P-bag, unfortunately. So he had the information that Hammer was out there and required. And so
I had the boots hint, and I just didn't want to do DM without boots.
I don't think I found the boots hint.
I think it was in Mito.
Oh, Mito, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to do, like, once I had that boot hint and I saw that DM was kind of free, it had water on the top, so I just assumed, it's got water on the right as well, and it's going to be free-ish if you have boots. I was just like, I really just want to get boots. Plus, like, navigating that west, the difference between with boots and without boots was giant. You had to do a really convoluted route to get to the north side of the west.
Yeah, I mean, by the time, because I had dug DM early looking for that glove, by that point, I kind of realized, boots has to be somewhere. It has to be in one of these palaces, so I'm just going to dig them all out regardless.
Yeah, I don't know how difficult it would have been able to, to get through that mountain to where the cave was without boots? Somewhere between easy and impossible, I guess.
I think it was about 2 to 3 caves just facing south.
Okay, so not that.
Yeah, because methinkso was walking around there and saw the last little. Didn't see the final chunk there with the rock and the maze connector, but was nearby in that area, and I'm pretty sure there was one final set of caves that went north-south that did give you access to it down there. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's just the lack of medicine hint, and then lack of medicine, and lack of connecting fire to spell for the shortcut to the medicine at a spell tower. Spell tower strikes again in this one, and then methinkso having to go on the again that wild goose chase of progression to get into the spell tower. But if that weren't the case, I will say that Ellendar, while you started to dig 2 first, methinkso was right behind you, and then in 3, you got to Rebo, attempted him, took a death. I don't know if that was the full-on game over, but you were out of there after that, whereas methinkso did actually complete 3, and so by the time he got through 1, he had 1, 2, and 3 down, was up a gem at that point, just ever so slightly. But having fairy for you was obviously going to be, we wouldn't know it yet until you saw that reverse P4 room in P5, and yeah, that was ultimately it. That was the big blockade for methinkso. Otherwise, I'm interested. Methinkso, would you have just? I mean, how likely were you going to just YOLO fairy and just forget about fairy?
Oh, I absolutely would have YOLO'd it.
Okay, yeah. We were talking about that, and Grandpa Mirai has like dementia at times when he talks on comms. So we were talking about it at first, and then I was like, he should just YOLO fairy, and then Sonny's like, wait. I'm like, oh yeah, wait. There's a fairy block in 5. So yeah, there's a bit of deceptive commentary throughout this one. It mostly comes from me though. So yeah, so apologies if anyone watches this one back.
Speaking of deceptive, that 6 was really cool.
Yes,
that
it was.
6 was amazing.
You both did the same thing, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that item room drop, then taking you to Barba. As soon as you guys did that, I went, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like I said, it's because of the way drops generate, it's really unusual for that room to not loop into itself, but it can happen. And it was a bit of a mess. I should have expected that it was possible when I found that room that looped, the drop loop that looped into itself. That sort of cued me into the possibility, but it took me a while to get back there and be like, okay. There's a lot of similar looking rooms, a lot of weird lefts. I think that 6 was really cool.
I mean, that 6 is one of, just how it ended up being laid out is one of the very many reasons I love this rando.
Both love and hate.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You love to watch it, but you hate it when you're like, oh my god, I can't believe this 6 is configured this way. I've lost so much time. I hate this game. And that quiet. I don't want to hear it.
Mariah, I guarantee you're not
for itself.
Every single time I end up playing a seed like this myself, it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this at the start?
Very true. That's all I've got, though. Sonny, any final thoughts on this one? Any final questions?
No final questions. GG's both of you. This was a really, really good race, and I hope you enjoy watching it back.
Yeah, it was, just other than that one fairy block and the kind of terrible Death Valley entrance. Although if it wasn't such a bad entrance, I think methinkso you would have definitely been in GP alongside Ellendar. But Ellendar did have a solid lead going in there. But yeah, GG. I will echo that. GG to both of you. Methinkso, any final thoughts on this race tournament? Anything moving forward?
Yeah, no. I mean, aside from completely whiffing that spell link, I don't feel too bad about how this went. Looking forward to the next match.
All right.
Yeah,
Ellendar?
GG's, yeah.
Any final thoughts, Ellendar?
No, I'm just thinking of whether I want to stay up till 2:30 in the morning to watch Zarnax.
Oh, right. Well, is it one? It's one, isn't it?
It's 1 o'clock. I'm just thinking, race takes an hour and a
right,
half.
yeah.
And whether I want to stay up and do comms on that. The answer is a solid maybe.
All right. Well, yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Gob, for the second restream in a row, take us out.
Yes, sir, and it will not be the last. Quickly though, thanks to the runners. Give them a quick follow for the pain that the seed kind of was, and the commentary as well, making things entertaining for you guys. And if you like more Z2R, guess what? Rejoice, late nighters and West Coasters, because at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, we will have Zarnax 42 versus Big Slamoo. I believe that's a 1-in-1 matchup as well. So yeah, join us in a couple of hours for more Z2R. Gonna be fun times. And take care. Ciao.